This announcement is for those outside of the USA that wish to donate to the Eastern Security Network Fund that is based in the United States. Because of the fees that donators have to pay the bank when sending wires, we recommend that if you're sending less than $250, that you donate. It's fast, simple, and less expensive for you. Go to our website, www.ipobinusa.org/donate. That is www.ipobinusa.org/donate and make your contribution. When it comes to keeping our people safe, every bit counts. After all, the security of our communities is our responsibility. Let's make this happen together.
Yeah, Mr. Bella once again. Wisdom, heal it, come on. Yeah. Say Biafra will not last forever. They say happy up in no go stand. What did they know? What do they know? They see. What do they see? If you give me a gun, I will shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I will shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I will shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I will shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I will shoot them aside. No. Biafra will live forever. 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 Okay, we go manage the the lovers of Biafra. This is the time we need to come together and fight for what is belong to us. Okay, we go manage our bandits who want to make us a giant of Africa. Adam Kochiti na Sugo Mboge Rune Sina Nyama Kweno. Hello, Lisabini out of his wisdom, giving us somebody like Namde Carlo for this our race mission. Biafra will not last forever. They say happy up in no go stand. What do they know? What do they know? They see. What do they see? If you give me a gun, I go shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I go shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I go shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I go shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I go shoot them aside. Oh no. See you for our hero. The fighting never stop. Mazi cannot but no phone will stop. They cannot stop. Biafra will live forever. Believe me.
But independence for Nigeria as a corporate entity is not enough. The peoples of Nigeria must at the same time be guaranteed their freedom. We must ensure that in an independent Nigeria, individual citizens throughout the land enjoy liberty, human dignity, and equality under the law. There must be one Nigeria with one constitution and one law for all. Let us therefore, Mr. Chairman, sir, close our ears to the Council of Despair, which says that we cannot here at this conference agree on a constitution.
kill our brothers and sisters. And we're giving you not a warning, but we're appealing to you to stop that. Common sense should tell you that if you put your foot down, that you're going to protect your people, nobody will come and kill them. That's what they elected you for. That's what we elected you for, to protect us, not to kill us. The killings is enough. You have all your children overseas, and you have ours there being murdered every day, being picked up in groups. There's nothing I will say now that haven't been said. What we're looking for now is solutions. Simon, again, thank you for having Avid to come in today to appeal for our fundraising. Now, before continuing, I want you and DOS to understand that you're doing a great job. And all this fighting of each other is what the enemies want you guys to be doing. And it needs to stop from you and from the DOS and from all the other medias. We have nothing to gain by attacking each other. No, everybody gets upset every now and then, but we have to come back to our senses. I always say that the Igbos need a think tank group to educate us on collective responsibility that will help us stop fighting each other. The very moment we will stop fighting each other, be it in the marketplace or anywhere, people then will recognize the gift that the Igbos possess. We have enviable gifts that we all need to recognize and admire what God have made out of us. People that can do things with nothing. So we don't need that to continue in the media war. We need the world to know exactly the narratives that we have been painted onto. The killings are going on and nobody wants to talk about it. But Avid, as an organization that you know of, we have been doing our very best to make sure that the powers that are in the United States knows exactly what is happening to my people. And we will not stop. We will continue to engage the senators, the House of Reps, possibly very soon with Biden. The world needs to understand that Britain have done their bid, and this is the time to put the narrative straight. They know what it is to make peace. Why is it that it's okay to kill a black man, a black woman, and they will preserve their dogs and their cats? But my people are getting wasted every day. Black on blacks. That need to stop. Be it Christian, be it Muslim, nobody needs to lose their lives. Now, I have to commend my people, and we will continue to pray hard for our leader Mazi for his freedom and his immediate release. He have done nothing to nobody. All he was preaching is for you guys to do the right thing, provide amenities for people, have jobs for your people. What is wrong in that? Come to overseas, you enjoy the amenities they have put in place. Why not do the same for your people? So without wasting much time, I would like to bring Dr. Chibi in to say much more on what we're going to do this Saturday for our fundraising. We need you guys' support so that we can provide for our people the needed amenities, the food that should go for the people in the ID camps, the rest of the things that they need. Thank you, Mr. Simon, for having us today. I really appreciate your hard work.
Thank you very much. And on that note, I'm going to bring Dr. Chubi. Dr. Chubi, good evening from here. Welcome to the program.
Good evening. Thank you very much for having me. I am a member of AVID, which is the American Veterans of Igbo Descent. We are citizens that have U.S. citizens that have honorably served. Some of us are still currently serving. We're reputable men and women of the United States Armed Forces. We embrace U.S. core values of freedom, equity, justice, the right to life, the right to liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We stand up, that is AVID. We stand up for the oppressed, the marginalized, the abused, the dehumanized, and we are the voice of the voiceless. We promote in AVID, we promote world peace, world unity, and prosperity. most important of all, we are here for the good, welfare of all Igbos worldwide. Let me give you a little brief, little synopsis of some of our achievements. AVID has easy access to U.S. Congress members, government operatives, dignitaries, and influencers. We are some of us are still serving, but most of us are veterans, former military personnel, and we're able to garner attention because of our status in society. We have already met with many U.S. People of eminence, people of consequence, of integrity. We have met with Tim Scott, Dianne Feinstein, James Clyburn, Adam Schiff, Hicks, and so many others. We have succeeded, or we are succeeding and will succeed further in bringing Igbo plight to light and to the attention of every U.S. citizen and people around the world. The U.S. to rethink its engagement with Nigeria, especially with regards to the sale of arms. We have influenced U.S. diplomats in Nigeria, for example, influenced their decision to deny visas to disruptors and chaos agents in Nigeria. We have also brought, I'm talking about, AVID has also brought worldwide attention to the plight of Igbo people, especially the ones residing in Nigeria. So why do we need your help with our fundraising? When you're making efforts towards self-defense, Igbo sufficiency, Igbo awareness, Igbo determination, all that effort costs money. When you want to sustain activism, and by activism I mean when people are agitating for better conditions and for better life, and they're doing it peacefully, you want to support or you want to sustain activism like peaceful marches and sit-at-home policies, shunning beef, in other words, stop eating beef, farming compensation for those whose farms are being ripped apart. And when their farms are ripped apart, they can't feed, they're starving. So when you want to sustain activism for a better life and for improvement of your conditions, it needs money, it requires money. Self-help, which is one of the core values and uncompromising principle of Igbo people, costs money. What is self-help? We're going to do this ourselves. We need help though, but we're going to do it ourselves. We're not going to wait anybody to come and save the Igbos. The Igbos are courageous people. The Igbos are resourceful. The Igbos are very intelligent. They're very smart. They're very brave. Unlike Afghanistan, we're going to stand our ground and we're going to defend ourselves and we're going to fight to the end. I'm a 20-year veteran of the United States Army. I fought to free the Iraqis. I fought for enduring freedom around the world. Now, if I fought to free Iraq and Syria, why is Nigeria being invaded by the same people that we fought to clear from the country? So I find myself in a dilemma to free Iraq from ISIS and Islamic extremists. I fought to free Syria from Islamists and Islamic extremists. And they headed to Nigeria. Little did I know that that's the situation that I'll be faced with today. I am 61 years old today. The first day of the Biafran War, 1967, from 1967, I was 7 years old till today, I've never known peace. I've never known Nigeria to be peaceful. I've never known Nigeria to be fair. I've never known Nigeria to be for everybody. As an Igbo person, I've always been marginalized. I've always been put to the background. It's never about me and what I know and what I can do. It's always about my native tongue and whether I'm Igbo or not Igbo. It shouldn't be. The United States is a very free and sample country where I came here only with a bachelor's degree, but I have achieved so much. And nobody knew who I was. They didn't know my name. They didn't know my tribe. They didn't know anything. They just go on your merit, what you can do, what you can contribute to society. The same thing with the United States Armed Forces, very principled organization. And they go with what you can contribute, not the color of your skin or your tribe or what language you speak. Okay? So, having said that, why is Nigeria a critical ally of the United States? When you say out of sight is no longer out of mind. Why? Because you have air travel today. You have the internet and you have the social media. So every country now is very important. There is no country that can be relegated to the background because of social media, because of air travel, and because everybody is informed now. And information gets around very quickly. No country today that can be dismissed as remote or inconspicuous or totally harmless or immune. Why? Human being has God's given right to life, to liberty, and to happiness. The speed of dissemination of information has made it impossible to commit crime and have it hidden. Everybody will know when you step out of line or when you commit crime. So if there's crime being committed in Nigeria and people are being slaughtered and being killed, why? Because they want better conditions, or they want freedom, or they want the chance to express themselves without being arrested. Why is that a problem? The easy accessibility for air travel, the embedding of terrorists among unsuspecting civilians, the enemy's use of unconventional arms and war tactics like suicide bombing, starvation, kidnapping, genocide, modern warfare like the use of drones, cyber attacks, or biological warfare, and currently the Havana syndrome that the United States is still trying to figure out. All these things make it impossible to say, oh, this country is not important, or this country is too far away for us to worry about. So we, American veterans of Igbo descent, we stand by our brothers and sisters, Igbo brothers and sisters in Nigeria, and any other marginalized people around the world. So it's not just because we're Igbos and we're pushing we're trying to help Igbos. We're trying to help anybody that's marginalized anywhere in the world. When you are marginalized, when you're discriminated against, when you're not accepted, you cannot be quiet. You have to fight for your rights and for your freedom. So help us. We need the donations so we can continue to help the marginalized people of the world. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Where is this echo? Sorry, one moment. Thank you very much, Dr. Chubi, for that your presentation and explanation. You know, as you were talking, a lot of people, I am reading comments, and a lot of people are making their comments and all that. You know, as it stands now, sometimes some people, you know, they don't want to, the position of, I understand that, you know, we are talking about the Igbo veteran, you know, so people should be able to understand that when we are presenting this, having this kind of program, you go by your name, and you are the Igbo veteran in the United States, and of course, some people, that does not mean that you are not supporting Biafra. You know, if because as an Igbo person and as a veteran of Igbo descent, you are still a Biafra. So a lot of people don't understand the reason why when you are making your comment, you are still mentioning Igbo, because that is who you represent. That is who you are. Okay, so I just want to clarify to people, that the reason why you are mentioning Igbo is because you are seated here today as a Igbo veteran in the United States. And of course, that does not mean that you are not a Biafran. So for those who are making comment, I already say we don't want Igbo here. We don't want we don't want that here. So I just wanted to clarify that to them. You don't need to respond. I just know to clarify that thing there, that because if they begin to hear Igbo, some people will get kind of irritated with that. So I'm clarifying it to them that you are seated here as a Igbo, a veteran in the United States, and that does not mean that you are not a Biafran. So, Mr. President, Sly, now
yes,
you see what happened today in the court, and before we come into what we are going to do, the reason for your fundraising for your organization, which I have to also make some clarification again to the people, because somebody is already asking, where is the IDP camp in Biafra land or in Igbo land? The truth is that there are, some places that are displaced already in Igbo land, or people don't even know that. There are displaced people in Igbo land. There are displaced people in Ebonyi State. There are displaced people in Enugu State. There are displaced people in Imo State. There are displaced people in Anambra State. There are displaced people in Abia State. There are displaced people in all Igbo-speaking state of Biafra. And somebody is still asking where. For example, if you go to, let me just give you an example of what happened recently. If you go to the place where the military went and started shooting from the air, once that kind of attack take place, automatically the people in that particular village or place become displaced people. Once you have any kind of crisis where you have military invasion, where the military will burn houses, burn buildings, and where you see the gun that military is being pulling the chain bullet on those mud houses, though you don't, Izombe, thank you very much. What happened in Izombe, for example, that thing that happened in Izombe, the people of Izombe, even though you see the man who is an administrator there visiting that place, Izombe people, most of them will become displaced. Even if their house is still standing and the roof is out, it is called displaced people already. Now, if you go to Enugu State, what happened in Enugu State, where the man was raining bullets on those mud houses, you don't expect a military invasion of such magnitude, and you don't expect those people to come back there again. Automatically, they become displaced people. If you go to Ebonyi State, for example, where the governor are killing people and the Fulani are on rampage, the military and the Bubago are killing people, they are already displaced people. So a lot of them, so many, but people don't know this. And that is why it is very important. But let me also give Biafrans a code that what we are doing here today is beyond that. The reason for fundraising coming this Saturday is beyond what is happening, is beyond what is going on, and it is going to be more than this. And I will not bring people who are not Biafrans to my program, of course. So, Mr. President, what do you have to say about what happened to our leader today in the court? I just need to do that clarification to Biafrans for them to understand that we are in the same page.
Well, the thing is that they do know quite well that Mazi Kanu can help them to solve the problem. I don't know why they haven't gone to talk to him to help them straighten up the mess they got themselves into. So it was a planned deal to shut the lawyers off. But one of these days, the government is going to make the mistake that collectively they will be blaming each other. The reason why one person can not come out and say what they're supposed to say to the public is because the decision is made by a group of people. If you know what I mean.
Yes.
Them themselves know what I'm talking about. Because one individual can say, you know what? Let's dialogue. Let's make peace. The world is watching us. If they think that keeping him is going to make the world forget about what's going on in Nigeria, it's not. It's beefing them up. So the best thing to do is to have a dialogue, release the man. He haven't done anything to anybody. Make peace with all people. Now, if all these other people are foreigners, deal with them. Because eventually, everybody is going to smell the rot. But I want my governors in the East not to enable this. The unsettlement and the peace that's not in the Southeast is caused by our governors. And we're going to hold them responsible. They are the cause of the problem. Now, when you get the bids or the shares that you go to Abuja to share, they don't ask you not to use it to develop your state. You use it as your personal fund, and nobody have questioned you. Lack of accountability. And that is why you would order armies to come in the streets of Olu, to have helicopters shooting bullets down on civilians and displacing them. You gave that answer quite well. I know you have a military background. That's what it is. When somebody shoots at you, that's displacement.
Yes.
That thing that happened in Imbo, you can't expect those Imbo people to be in their homes. They're all gone now.
Yeah.
So everybody's being displaced. Until the governors start getting displaced themselves, where they cannot govern at their comfort zone, then they will know exactly that Avid have been trying to provide them solutions, save our people. But they are not listening. But it will get a time that they will listen by force. Because they need to save every life, not just their own. They need to protect our people, and they are not doing that. And they know we will hold them accountable for not defending and protecting our people. They can't protect them if they want to. They just don't want to, because they fear that they are above the law and nobody's going to question them. So there's still time for them to get together and say, you know what? Enough of this nonsense. Let's preserve lives. The soldiers should be in the barracks and go to war field, not on the streets. Soldiers are not meant to have tanks on the streets of civilians, killing our people. And you give them the opportunity to come in and kill. It's not like you don't know that's what they're coming to do. So stop it. Tell the federal government you don't need that kind of help. And use whatever fund for your state to build infrastructures, to build schools, to have jobs, create jobs for these youngsters. That's what the governor is supposed to be doing. Not inviting army, inviting everybody. You know what? They'll get to a time when civilians will get mad enough and they demand what belongs to them. So this is a good time for them to rethink. Get back and rethink. And stop helping folks to eliminate you, exterminate you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Obi. Yeah, Chubi, Dr. Chubi, sorry. You know, you have been involved in all this kind of crisis in Iraq, in Syria, and all that. You know, I know what I'm about to ask you is very sensitive.
Yes.
Very, very, very sensitive question. We have seen you mentioned Afghanistan as well in your speech, if I'm not mistaken. We have seen the effect of the invasion of Syria. Okay, we have seen the effect of invasion of Iraq. We have seen the effect of invasion of Afghanistan. We have seen the effect of Libya. Now, in all these things that happened, we see that the United States single-handedly moved a motion and supported some of the rebels, if I may use that name, or militant, if I may use that name, or civilians or opposition whichever way is more appropriate. And they supported those oppositions to make sure they get rid of those presidents and leaders who have been charged and accused of a gross human rights violation. Gaddafi was one of them. He was captured and killed by the Libyans. And we all remember during the Libyan invasion, we see where there is no fly zone imposed, where the military, the opposition, which is the rebel side, were being supplied with arms and ammunition. We see Obama at those days was making speeches from America, and the whole world stands still for rebels in Libya. Now, let us look at Biafra. The Biafra people, or the Christians in Nigeria, or the southern Nigerians, but now let us take Biafra for example. We have the same cultural value with the United States. We have the same value system, the same religion. We believe we are Christians and all that, and we are not terrorists. But those places where this influence of America has taken place, that it has always ended in disappointment. The question is, what do you think is the problem? Why the America are yet to arm Biafra? Because we are ready for armed struggle.
Like I said before, out of sight is out of mind. It has always been the belief that because Nigeria is far away, it's not a problem. The United States tends to address situations that affect them directly. So that is why I did say that we are bringing the US government and United States people, we're bringing them to realize what is going on. When you're not constantly, in the minds of people, there's a tendency to forget you and a tendency to not want to help you. Now, like I said before, we avid people, the avid members, that's what we're doing. We're putting Nigeria in the forefront every single time to let them know that Nigeria is important and they need to look at it and they need to help. Afghanistan, the reason why Afghanistan was helped is because Bin Laden made his plot from Afghanistan. Iraq is closer to the United States in terms of distance than we are. So the problem is not that the United States does not want to help oppressed people or does not want to help Nigeria. The problem really is the distance. That's why when I said here, I said, out of sight is no longer out of mind because of air travel, okay? Because of the internet, because of the social media, you cannot ignore any country anymore. We also are trying to let them know that if Nigeria becomes a safe haven, ISWAP, Boko Haram, all these Islamic terrorists, then they will be plotting against the United States from there. And when you plot against the United States coming after you. So what we're trying to say is this: the United States should not wait for Nigeria to become a haven for terrorists, because that's what it's about to become. They wasted a lot of time with the Iraqi situation. The ISIS moved into Iraq, they moved into Syria, they're now coming back into Afghanistan because the US has left. They're slowly coming in. Now, the Central African Republic is another country that repelled ISIS. I don't even remember if they had any help from the United States. They did it on their own. So we, as much as we want the United States to help us, yes, but we also need to help ourselves. And that's why an organization attention to the Nigerian problem and the Nigerian situation, so we can get, the attention we need to stop this melee. It's ridiculous. We cannot let Nigeria become a safe haven for Islamic terrorists, because that's their goal. That's their ultimate goal. And the United States has to recognize that and know that now no country is too far away to bring terror to another country. Because of, like I said, air travel has cut the distance Sure. So that's what we need to do. We're bringing it to their attention. Now, I want people to realize that war is not always the answer. Okay? South Africa did not go to war to get their freedom. Okay? The blacks, the Black Americans in this country, did not go to war to get freedom. They were enslaved, for crying out loud. They were enslaved. Today, they have freedom. Today, they have a measure of, they have a measure of recognition, right? They didn't go to war. They just had hope. You know, when somebody brings you hope, like Nnamdi Kanu is bringing hope to the Igbos. Moses brought hope to the Israelites. It was peaceful. They asked God for help. Okay? South Africa, please loan me his name.
Mandela.
Mandela, thank you. Mandela was the hope for the South African blacks that were oppressed. They were worse than being enslaved. But look where they are today. They didn't fight. They didn't shoot one piece of weapon. Okay? They did it based off of recognition for their cause. We don't do this peacefully. We may run into the same problem we ran into before, where foreign countries, some of them turn the blind eye to Biafra. Why? Because they did not understand what Biafra was about. They felt that if Biafra had independence, Biafra might use the opportunities, the resources, and everything to support Russia. This was, the belief at that time. So when we are advocating for something, we have to make it clear what we are for and what we're about. And what we are for and what we're about in AVID is that the marginalization, the killing, the maltreatment of Igbos in Nigeria needs to stop. The plight of people who are losing their lands to Fulani herdsmen, Fulani herdsmen invaded my farm, not necessarily my farm, but my land, where I gave to people in Nigeria to farm so that they could protect it from. I was there checking on my land when the Fulani herdsmen came through and ate up all the crops of the people there, live in my presence. At that time, they didn't have weapons, but they came through. Then I bought a house in an estate. The estate was still being constructed. I was at home when the Fulani came through with their cattle on my street through a housing estate. So it's a problem. It's a problem of disrespect. It's a problem of disregard, and it's also a problem of one group feeling that they're better or greater than another, and the other people have no right to land, the right to property. So what I want us to remember is that war is not always the answer. We fought the Biafran War. It left us worse off because after the Biafran War, I was so marginalized. I was called Kobo Kobo. I was called all kinds of things. I couldn't get anywhere. One of the reasons why I'm here today in the United States is because I couldn't get a job, because in Lagos, the Fulani started taking over. The Hausa started taking over all the companies. So if you went in as an Igbo person or as a Yoruba at that time, you couldn't get a job because all the big companies were taken over. So this is what I'm talking about. We are being marginalized. But if you are not careful with the message you're sending or with what you're asking people to help you with, it becomes a problem. So let us keep that in mind and know that the United States values us. There's so many of us here that are doing very well. There's so many of us that are contributing not just to the army or to the armed forces. There's so many of us that are contributing in so many other aspects. And they know that we're very intelligent people. They know we're very resourceful people. And they know that we have issues. But what I would like us to know is that there are always peaceful solutions to a problem. It doesn't have to be by violence.
Yes.
Thank you. Let me add something to this.
No. I will ask you. Sly. I will ask you a question. Okay.
Okay.
I will ask you a question. Well, let me just chip in to Dr. Chibi. Dr. Chibi, you see, from your statement, there is a lot of things that I need to tell you. You see, the Nigeria state, before we begin to look for solution for Nigeria problem, we must understand it. We must understand it. You see, the issue of Fulani herdsmen and Fulani terrorists and bandits and Boko Haram needs to be understood before you can, prefer a solution. Now, the stage where we are now in Nigeria with Fulani problem is no longer about marginalization. So we are not, the issue has gone beyond marginalization. It is now we are fighting and struggling for survival. And not until we understand that we are in the stage where we are fighting for only survival of our people and our generation to come, we will continue to wait for addressing marginalization or slavery and all that. And we'll continue to do mistake. Now, as we are making this mistake because we are looking at this solution or looking at the problem as just marginalization, the Fulani advancement will continue to grow. As I'm talking to you today, they have hijacked almost all the sectors of economy. They control the military, they control the police, they control the Navy, they control the Air Force. Just yesterday, I made an exposition about how they train with Saudi pilots in the United Kingdom without the knowledge of the Ministry of Defense of the United Kingdom. They train this pilot, they come to Nigeria, they will be raining bullets from the air, and they will be you will have all these internal displaced people in Nigeria. Now, one of the pilots masterminded the attack on this Nigeria Defense Academy. He's a pilot, okay? So when you have a situation where the terrorist has penetrated deep into Nigeria's security architecture to the extent that they are flying all these Tukunov plane, they are flying all those military jets, you know we have a problem, okay? Now, so it is very important that we understand this problem very well so we don't mismanage it. Now, the problem is this. You said they are looking for safe haven in Nigeria. That is correct. You said that if we allow them to get this safe haven, they're going to attack America. That is correct. But let me tell you that even when we are not in this situation, we already have a Nigerian trying to bomb the American airline in the name of Abdul Mutala. Abdul Mutala, a Northerner, is a terrorist trained by Gumi. He was a student of Gumi. This Gumi that is negotiating with bandits today, Gumi was the man who mentored him. Okay, and if I'm not mistaken, he is still in America today.
He's in jail. Yes, he's in prison.
Okay. So that is then when we didn't even have this situation now. So what we are saying is that it is no longer the issue of marginalization. It is now the issue of survival. Okay. We want to survive, and for us to survive in Nigeria, we need to understand the agenda of the Fulani. What is the agenda of the Fulani?
Simon.
Yes.
Let me help you here. You know,
all right, go ahead.
We are military. We have said so much that we're supposed to be even saying. Okay.
Yes, I understand.
But to help you, let me clear the air because I can see the comments some people are putting up. Avid knows quite well the history. Biafra was before Nigeria. Avid endorsed ESN.
Good.
Some of your people that think that you brought some strangers into your forum. So that enough for you to know
where we are going.
Now one feeble.
Exactly.
So we need to talk about our fundraising.
Yes.
And the rest will fall in place. We want freedom for everybody.
Maybe
like Dr. Chibi said, we don't want any war. But mind you, that when you put all our years of experience and all we got, we shouldn't need any war. So what we need is peace.
Yes.
With our neighbors.
Maybe if you highlight of some of the things we have already done. We have stopped some ammunition from coming into the country already.
Yes, of course they don't.
There are a lot of things that we do that's not
on our day of
we're not here to brag about too much, but sometimes there are people who do things quietly and underground. It doesn't have to be.
Good, that's fine.
Have to be, blatant and they are hearing us. They are hearing us. The U.S. government is already rethinking the way they are doing business with Nigeria right now. There are some things that are not being carried out or not being done because of what we are saying, and we know that. Okay, so there are many ways to skin a cat.
Yes,
there are many ways to attack a problem. It doesn't always have to be violent. Sometimes it can be what you call covert. Okay. Like the military would say, covert means nobody really knows what you're doing until it's done. Okay, covert is when it's in the open. So there are some covert things that are being done by our organization. Our organization is already coming under some scrutiny. Some.
Yeah, I understand.
It's okay. It's okay. Let's end it like that, Dr. Chibi. The important thing is that
you will know and see about us soon.
Yes.
Right now, we need your help so we can help you.
Dr. Chubi.
Dr. Chubi, it's okay.
You know I have a problem.
What is that?
It is not about me, but it's about those people. So.
But I think my last statement took care of that.
Yes, your last statement took care of that.
We endorse ESN. We don't want anybody to be killing our brothers and sisters.
Exactly.
So if you want to call us any name, that's fine. But the important thing is that we know what war is. We know what peace is. And we are pleading for peace.
Yes.
We've seen both sides.
Yeah, we've seen both sides. So we are pleading for peace. Both on now. If you say really you don't want somebody, there's something called referendum. Let them go. But you can't slapping an old man and tell him not to cry.
Exactly. So, Mr. Sly, we are going to have a commercial, and this commercial is going to be the jingle for Avid fundraising coming this Saturday, the 13th day of November 2021. So I am going to put that jingle for our audience and viewers to listen to. So the jingle you're about to watch now and listen to now is fundraising for Avid. Is fundraising for Avid coming this Saturday. The American veteran of Igbo descent, Avid, the United States. So everybody is invited to this fundraising, and I am going to be there live. I am going to be part of this fundraising coming this Saturday. Avid to raise funds for what they are going to be doing and what they have been doing also. And so let us listen to this jingle.
The American Veterans of Igbo Descent, AVID, invite you to their virtual fundraising event on Zoom, November 13th, 2021 at 4 p.m. U.S. Eastern Standard Time. Here is the link to participate in the virtual fundraising on Zoom. The meeting ID number is 879-0559-4725 and the passcode 059272. The fundraising is to support the Igbos of Eastern Nigeria who are currently facing genocide and ethnic extermination by Islamic terrorists like the Boko Haram, ISWAP, Fulani horsemen, unknown gunmen, bandits. The Islamic agenda in Nigeria is to make the country their new terrorist base and caliphate. You can help to stop the Islamization of Nigeria by donating whatever you can to contact at avidusa.org or by way of money transfer with the contact below. Or you can make check payable to Avid, P.O. Box 7561, Jacksonville, Florida 32238. Remember, your financial support will help the Igbo Igbos in their bid to help the children in the IDP. For more information, call 214-727-7762 or 904-343-5770. This fundraising campaign is brought to you by the American Veterans of Igbo Descent, USA.
Right, welcome back to the program after that jingle and that commercial. I believe we have done justice to it, and let me inform the audience that this is not the first time it is on this program. Immediately, and the first time they were on this program was when ESN was launched. They came strongly behind the ESN to endorse ESN. So the rest is history. Dr. Sly, you can give a word of encouragement to our people and a word of advice and encouragement, especially encouragement, because of what transpired today, which is not a surprise to us. As you know, it is never a surprise. We know it is coming. But just give a word of encouragement to our audience, just very briefly, and so that I can allow you people to go and do your things, and then I will come back for normal exposition. Thank you.
Once again, thanks a lot for having us. I know that my people are so upset. They're not hearing what they want to hear. I understand that. I know that our leader is being heard. I know how painful it is that today that most of us expected Nigeria to do the right thing, and they did what they know good to do, holding him against his will. So nobody's happy about that. But let me let your audience know that every Igbo man is indigenous.
Yes.
So that they should know. Avid stand to fight for anything concerning our people. And we've been doing that. When you come into the circle of what we are doing, you will understand it's not making noise. We take actions.
They should log into the fundraiser. We'll tell them a lot more.
A lot more on what we are doing and what we are about to do. We don't want to continue losing lives. They have killed enough of our people since 1935 to 67 to 1970. So it's not today that we have been losing. It's just shallow-minded that sometimes we just think our problem started in 1967. It started since 1935. We have a record of all the men and women that we have lost. The genocide that have happened 67 to 70, the world have not recognized that. Avid is pursuing that. They will recognize that over 5 million of us have been exterminated. So we know what we are doing, but we're not going to stay here and be telling you that we're going to encourage anybody to lose lives. So there's so many ways to solve problems, and we want to be part of solving that problem than creating the problem. Release our leader, do the rightful thing, keep peace, go after those terrorists that you know. Those weapons is for that. You're not buying weapons from China just to come and use it on the Easterners. We are watching, and the power to be is United States. So if we're engaging this country to look into our matters, who is more Biafran than any of us that's telling them what is happening to our people? So your audience will get to know that Avid is for freedom, and our people need to be left alone and let God do his will. Thank you all. And thank you, Simon, for having us. I can't wait to see you on Saturday. And like I said, let's stop fighting each other. You're doing a great, wonderful job. DOS, you're doing a wonderful job. And more kudos to Prof. Soludo. Pretty soon, Avid will reach out to him so that he can maybe shape the mantle of leadership in our zone than those governors that want to encourage people to kill us. And we're not going to continue. We're going to continue to address our governors because they are the cause of these problems.
Yes.
Once they get their senses together, they will know what to do. We have offered our help and expertise to them, but no, their big head is not letting them to understand that they can stop the killings if they want to. Thank you so much, and God bless you. God bless our people.
Thank you very much. And Dr. Chibi, do you want to say one or two words to our viewers before you leave?
Yeah, I just want to thank your viewers for their enthusiasm. I've been reading the comments, and it is eye-opening, and it's also informative because you get to know how people really feel, and the passion is there for improvement. So many people wanted to hear me say Biafra. My father was a Biafran doctor. He treated Biafran soldiers in the last war and ended up in Kirikiri maximum security prison. And so did his brother, who was also another doctor. So Biafra is in my heart. So if you want to hear me say it, I'm saying it now. It's in my heart. I want Igbo people to be free. I have been on this earth 61 years and I have never been free as an Igbo person. So trust me, if there is another situation where I can be free and I can express myself and my talents as an Igbo person, trust me, I am for it. So Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. I have been going to rallies here. And when I go to rallies, I've been to 2 rallies in California. When I go to those rallies, I wear green, red, and black and yellow. And if you doubt me, next time I'm on this show, I will show you pictures. I went to a rally to free Nnamdi Kanu. I went to a rally for referendum, for Biafran freedom. I was in full colors, okay? So if you're doubting my loyalty, doubt it no more. But like I said, I believe in peaceful method to getting things because war, check out any country that has been in war, they've never known peace. It doesn't solve any problems. It just compounds the problem, makes more people angry. Let's look for a peaceful solution. I'm for referendum, I'm for separation because I've never known peace. I'm telling you, I've never known peace. I had to run into the bush for the war. I was 7 years old, ran into the bush. After the war, came out of the bush. So I may look like this because I'm in America. I have seen some hard times. So don't doubt me when I say I am for the separation. But also I want to warn Igbos. I want to warn Biafrans. You have to be together. Because it's very easy to get freedom, but what do you do with that freedom after you get it? There's so many countries, little countries that were given freedom, and today they're fighting each other. So yes, freedom is good, but we have to also have a purpose. We have to have a goal. We have to be united. We have to be together, okay? Rivers Igbo, Southeast Igbo, Delta State Igbo. We all have to be together because we speak the same tongue. Okay? So Igbo people come from different places. That's not just only the southeast, south. There are Igbos in other parts of Nigeria. So we have to be one and we have to have a goal and we cannot let people divide us. And when we get Biafra, we need it to be a shining example to other to other states in bondage or countries in bondage. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Looking forward to have you people again and see you on Saturday, Mr. Sly. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. And let me end by saying to the audience that what they don't know is bigger than them.
That's
right.
Right.
All right. Welcome back to this our own. What is going on with the system? One moment, I'm still waiting for it to come up. The system is always behaving somehow. One moment. All right, welcome back. And, what you don't know is bigger than you. What you don't know is bigger than you. So we are going to go on a break, and we are coming back for the normal broadcast today. We're going to come back for the normal broadcast, which is going to be on the exposition of how they are taking over Nigeria and how you are going to resist them. The need for us to resist the Islamization of Nigeria is what we are going to go next. So do not go away. Do not go away. We have 7,845 people. We have 7,845 people watching live. We have 3,000 on YouTube watching live, and then 4,000 from there. We have about 7,000, almost 8,000 viewers at the moment. So I'm going to go off. When I go off, I'm going to come live again in the next, how many minutes? I will come back in the next 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Make sure you are searching for the live broadcast, because it is going to be very, very explosive. Very, very explosive. In 20-minute time, we are back. 20-minute time, we are back. See you.